Oh my goodness, I am live. I hope this thing is still not lagging all the goddamn time. I know that I said last time if this video was lagging during the live stream again that I would stop using this device. But things have been really busy. I actually just got back from a jog. That's why I'm all sweaty and sort of out of breath. I knew I needed to do this because I'm going to be going away to Lincoln City. My girlfriend and I are going to go stay at the beach for about 5 days. And I'm working on a couple of different projects. So that's why I was like, shit, I better do this one right now. Like I said, yeah, I just got back from a run. So that's why I'm all sweaty and out of breath. I sort of panicked. It's been a while since I've done one of these. And I've got a few things to talk about, including fucking my holy grail, my fucking holy grail. One second, I'm gonna turn this light on. The lighting in here is absolute dog shit right now. Oh my goodness, that's a little too bright, but you know, whatever. So yeah, I've got a couple of things to talk about here, a couple of Blu-rays, and like I said earlier, the fucking holy grail for Calvin McCarthy. I kind of feel like part of my journey as a collector is like a chapter in my life is done. It's really strange. It feels really weird. I'll save it for last. First, at Walmart for the new Predator movie, they've been kind of re-releasing a lot of these Predator the Predator films, all of them. I don't like the sequel, and I don't like AVP. And the newest one with Adrian Brody, I think. I'm not a real big fan of the sequels. I've always, sort of liked the first one since I was a little kid. So I knew that I just wanted to buy the first Predator, and I couldn't decide whether or not I wanted to get the Steelbook at Walmart. And I ended up just going with the slipcover one. Pretty standard. It looks good. It looks really good on Blu-ray. It's been a few years since I had seen this, and some of the effects are much worse than I remember them being. Of course, I watched the last time I saw this movie was a few years ago, and I have the VHS, and that's always I never even had it on DVD. I was never like a mega fan of Predator. I love Arnie movies. I love Arnold Schwarzenegger, but Predator has never been my favorite. And rewatching this, it's obviously fun. I obviously really like this movie, but God, the effects really don't hold up well in this movie, like at all. I guess it's not one that's like praised for its effects. That like the creature looks good, but just some of the like the scene where the Predator is like kind of sewing his wound back up. It's almost like did they film that in front of a blue screen or something? The background looks weird, and it just looked really bad. At least on my 4K 50-inch TV, I was sitting there going, "Wow, that really does not look as good as I remember it being." So yeah, this was a nice pickup. I'm actually glad I didn't spend more money on the Steelbook. After I saw this, I was like, yeah, standard slipcase Blu-ray is just fine for Predator. This one is pretty cool. And I know that they released these Hammer. I guess Warner Brothers released a few of their Hammer films, the Hammer films that they own on Blu-ray, and I only had a couple, and it took me forever to get The Mummy. And it's funny, I have the other ones. I have Curse of the Mummy's Tomb, and the other one I'm having trouble remembering right now. But anyhow, it's funny, it had been a while since I saw this one as well. The one with Christopher Lee playing the Mummy, and it sort of inspired me to do a top 5 favorite mummy films, not just Hammer Mummy, just any mummy, because, spoiler alert, like as soon as I watched this, I kind of went, that's another one that's like not as good as I remember. It's a little bit underwhelming. And I went back and rewatched the other Hammer Mummy films, And honestly, I kind of like Curse of the Mummy's Tomb the best. Believe it or not. I know it's funny, like even Cinemassacre, right? James Rolfe, he he loves this one and says that the sequels aren't really worth watching. And I disagree. I kind of prefer Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. But this was still good to get. It's kind of a bummer that there are no features on these. The menu is really ugly. But, I have Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed and Taste the Blood of Dracula on Blu-ray. And they all look really good. I mean, the transfers look good. It looks nice, in high def 1080p. So yeah. And this only cost me like a few bucks. Actually, it cost me nothing because I won a sales thing at work. And we just get like random gift cards sometimes. And I think it was like $50 to Target. And Target online. I just ordered this. So I got this shit from work. So it's good. It's worth picking up. I love the cover and everything. I definitely want to do a top 5 favorite mummy films. But sheesh, not to derail this. Like I said, I just got back from a run and I forgot all the things I wanted to talk about. But I'm working on something special for the month of October. I'm still editing my feature film. I've got like a really nice rough cut of that going. And then I'm going to the beach for the next 5 days, starting tomorrow. So I know that videos have been a little bit scattered around. And I need to be on top of it a lot more. Like I said, I've just gotten busy. So I know that I promised that more and more of these videos would be coming out. And I've sort of dropped the ball this month, but I'm working on something really big for October. So please just bear with me. Please don't unsubscribe or anything like that. I'm around. Okay. I'm around. But anyhow, moving on. I know I just lost 2 of my live people too. They probably don't like my rambling. Come back. The other one that I got is from Scream Factory. Of course, I have this on VHS and DVD, but I had to get it. Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight. This is one of my favorite horror films of all time. It definitely would make my top 30 favorite horror films of all time. Ever since I was a kid, I just love this movie. Billy Zane is great. This is kind of the movie that really, I knew Billy Zane obviously from Titanic. Even when I was a little kid, everybody saw that movie in '99. And I remember being like, oh, that's the guy from Titanic. It's the bad guy. And then as time went on, I've become a huge Billy Zane fan. He's been in some films that have been shot here in Portland, Oregon. I've always tried to get on those sets, but I never have. But he's definitely one of my heroes. Another underrated Billy Zane movie is I Woke Up Early the Day I Died, which is an Ed Wood script that, he never made. And Billy Zane actually, I think he executive produced it and he stars in it. And there's no dialogue in the movie. Ron Perlman is in it. Andrew McCarthy. I don't know. I love Billy Zane. And then William Sadler is great in this. Jada Pinkett Smith, CCH Pounder. Dick Miller is in this fucking movie. There's a reason that this is one of my favorite horror films of all time. Go check it out. The Scream Factory release looks amazing. It looks great on Blu-ray. Of course, you know me. Obviously I can't, the slip isn't reversible, but I always go, if I have the option for the original artwork, I always go with the original poster artwork. Just cause. But this is really cool. I'm really glad that I picked this up. The only thing is, I kind of want to get rid of this blue case, and I would like to get a green Blu-ray case for it, because I think that would just look cool with this. So yeah, and then I'm going to do a reference this film on one of these movies. I cannot believe I put off getting this Blu-ray for so long. I knew I wanted it, and I'm not going to talk too much about it because I have a video planned that I want to do. I don't even know if I'm going to write a script for this reference this film. I might just fucking film it and talk about it, because this is just amazing. And it's the Arrow release of the Bloodthirsty trilogy. If you don't know, this is a trilogy, a very loose trilogy of vampire film. The first one's not really a vampire film in the Western sense. The second two are, but anyhow, it's the Bloodthirsty trilogy. Michio Yamamoto's Bloodthirsty trilogy. He didn't really do much else. All right. I am such a huge Toho fan. My Godzilla collection is huge. It's ever expanding. My Obachan, she used to send me DVDs from Japan. I have them like all over there, like in this fucking thing. I have so many. I have like hundreds. I have hundreds of Japanese films. I am such a big fan of Japanese cinema. And I had never seen these movies. I knew that they sort of existed, but I wanted to get this Blu-ray, but I put it off for so long. And The Vampire Doll is, honestly, I rewatched it as soon as I watched the movie, it finished, and I was like, I gotta watch that again. Like, I have to watch that film again to make sure that I really like it as much as I think that I liked it. The price for this Blu-ray is worth it just for that first film. I know that I've seen other people, because, excuse me, the three films on here are The Vampire Doll, Lake of Dracula, and Evil of Dracula, which is funny to me that the other two films are called Lake of Dracula and Evil of Dracula, because they're not, like, it's not Dracula. Like, they kind of like hint that maybe the vampire is like a descendant of like European, like a European vampire line, but they never like say Dracula. And The Vampire Doll is not, I mean, it's more of a like an Asian take on like the vampire, right? Different cultures have their own kind of version of different things, and in The Vampire Doll, it's like more of like an angry spirit. To me, it felt a lot closer to something kind of like The Grudge, right? Because The Grudge is like a ghost film, but it like physically harms people and like tears a woman's jaw off. So it's, different cultures have a different take on certain kind of paranormal monsters. So the first one, The Vampire Doll, is, it is just different. And Lake of Dracula and Evil of Dracula, are more conventional vampire films, but still very Japanese. I know that I'm all over the place. I'm just so excited. I'm doing a reference this film on this movie, on all three of these, but mostly The Vampire Doll. I think that movie is just absolutely brilliant. It is such a beautiful film. Everything that Toho does is beautiful looking, like even the worst Godzilla films are beautiful looking, because it's sort of like the Universal Studios of Japan. I don't know. I couldn't once I got this and I watched the first film, I was like, I've wanted this for like months now. Why have I waited so long to get this? Why did I put it off so long? I was kind of kicking myself. But I actually got it on sale, actually, at FYE. I work at at the Red Cross in Vancouver, Washington, and actually there's a mall right across the street. So I go over to FYE sometimes, and they had this, and it was listed for like $50, and I was like, I'm gonna bite the bullet, and I'm gonna buy it, and I went up there and he scanned it and he was like, oh, it's on sale. It's $24. So this made me so happy. Sorry, I know I'm rambling. All right. The moment that everyone's been waiting for, the Holy Grail. I've always considered this like the Holy Grail of my collection of, at the very least, VHS tapes. It's just one that just is so, it's so sentimental. Like, when I was a kid, I loved this movie. I would just sit in the movie store and I would stare up at this cover. And it was at Hollywood Video, and Hollywood Video will keep the cases out. And if there's no, VHS in a clear plastic case behind it, that means it's out. And every time it was out, I would just sit there and stare at the VHS case. I love it. And I can't believe that I finally got it. I feel like a chapter in my life is over, and that is the Orion release of Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster. I cannot believe that I got this fucking movie. Like, there's no real reason. Like, I know that, so many people like to collect VHS tapes that are, the most expensive, the most rare. And I do too. I've got, some Wizard big boxes, and I've got, some different things that are rare. But, kind of the gold standard of my collection are my Godzilla films, especially Godzilla VHS tapes. It just, reminds me of when I was a little kid. Godzilla films are what got me into being such a movie buff. I just looked forward to Friday nights when me and my dad would go and we'd look for a new Godzilla movie because, not every Hollywood Video or mom and pop store had, all the Godzilla films. So I don't know. This was just always the holy grail. There was only one place in town that had a copy of this movie. It was this release. And then a few years ago, I found the only other company that released this, that released Godzilla vs. a Smog Monster, was Semistar. And they've got like a really funny cover. And I was so glad that I found that. But I've always been looking for the Orion release because this is the one that I remember from when I was a little kid. I love that artwork. I want this on a t-shirt. I want this as a big giant poster, like hanging up in my living room. I'm so happy that I found this. This is like really kind of my holy grail, man. So I feel like that part of my collecting journey is like over. It was kind of weird when I found this. I was so excited, and then I just, what do I do? What do I do now? I mean, obviously I'm still gonna, collect stuff, but I've just always been looking for this. So I don't know. I'm very happy about that. I've done pretty well since my last update. I've got some really cool stuff. A lot of Toho stuff. But yeah, like I said, I've got some big things coming for October. I'm actually going to be posting a video that's like a promo video for this really cool project that I got coming in October. At least I hope it's cool. I hope everybody thinks it's cool. I'll be posting a promo video for that very shortly, maybe even tonight. Hey, what's up, Jacob Luna? What's up, man? I'm almost done. You're gonna have to go back and rewatch the video if you care, if you care at all. But yeah, I've got a bunch of things that are gonna be coming out really soon. Like I said, I'm still editing that feature film, Jesus, I Was Evil. You can watch the theatrical trailer on my channel. Definitely give us some support there. I'm definitely going to submit it to a bunch of festivals, but what I'd really like to do is get some sort of distribution through like Wild Eye. SRS is another one, right? They did House Shark. I've gotten distribution through the Kings of Horror, so they're always an option. Trauma is kind of an option. I'm not really concerned about making money. I'm like, I'm fairly, I'm a very frugal person, kind of a socialist, so I don't really give a shit about money. I just want to get like my film out there. Also, my short film, Kathy's Closet, just got into another film festival in Ohio. So if anybody's in Ohio and wants to go see my short film, it's going to be playing at Summer Scream Fest. But yeah. Hey, thanks, man. Jacob just said he's always trying to support channels. I really appreciate that, dude. It really, means a lot to me. that people, even watch this shit or listen to me ramble. But like I said, I've got I've got the short film. It's going to be playing in Ohio, and then it's also just got accepted to a festival here in Portland. I'm waiting on my last one, which is actually in Romania. But like I said, I'm going to post my short film probably sometime in October, probably Halloween, Kathy's Closet. So everybody be pumped for that. And then, like I said, I've got a series that is going to come out in October, on this channel, editing the film, trying to keep up on my reference this film episodes and my top 5 episodes. And I want to keep all of that going and stay on top of all of that. And I'm going to the fucking beach tomorrow for like 5 days. Me and my girlfriend rented a little cabin, so we'll see if I can get all this shit done, man. I also work like a fucking job, so yeah, sorry for cussing. I don't know. I've got a bit of a potty mouth. But yeah, that's what I have to update of my collection. Stay tuned for other videos. Thanks, man. I hope I have fun at the beach. It's supposed to rain the whole time because I'm in the Northwest, and it's, rainy 99% of the time, and then like today we get a random 90-degree weather day. So but yeah, I'm sure it's going to be raining the whole time, but we'll probably just like go get drunk and go gamble. I think there's like a casino up there. Where do you live, man? Where do you live? You said that it's rain there too. Let's see where he lives too. Sorry, I know it's in Texas. It rains in Texas. There's money in Texas, or there's rain in Texas and water in Texas. That's crazy. I've never been to Texas, actually, so I wouldn't know. The furthest south I've been is like Los Angeles, I guess. Yeah, I guess Los Angeles is like the furthest south I've been. I've been like all along the north, but I haven't really gotten down too far south. It was hot this summer here too. We had a couple of hot days. It was like unusually hot for Portland, Oregon. Oh man, you're in San Antonio. Oh no, better not be a Spurs fan, dude. I don't know. I'm a die-hard Trailblazers fan, so I don't know, man. You guys stole LaMarcus Aldridge. I don't know about that. Oh, get out of here. Get out of here. You guys lost Kawhi. You could get out of here. No, that's cool, man. That's awesome. So yeah. Oh, and Glenn is also in North Texas. I got a bunch of like Texas subscribers, man. It must be big in Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas. Yeah, I know Kawhi is a crybaby, man. But our team we get swept all the time. We get swept by 6 seeds. So, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? We've got Lillard doing his stupid Dame time thing and then never shows up in the playoffs. So, what you going to do? Anyways, guys, that's about all I got. So, just stay tuned, check out some old videos. Give me a little bit of time to finish a couple things, and more to come very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for posting comments and stuff, and I'll see you guys all very soon. All right, take it easy.